Greetings. I am Dr. Sharon Stroud, and I had a request to speak on the spirit of abundance. This is one of my very favorite topics. And in my early 20s, I discovered the science of mind. I took the science of mind coursework. I learned about the law of attraction, the law of correspondence, and the law of circulation. And in learning about these laws, what I discovered was that the same opening that we give through is the same opening that we receive through. And as we go along our path in life and we come to some contractions. Now, life is a series of contractions and expansions. And so when we have a contraction and we are on the path, many times everything unlike what we are about will show up. It will bubble up so that we may address it. I was raised in a poverty consciousness. And so I really had to learn these principles. So when I took the Science of Mind coursework and I learned about the law of attraction, the law of correspondence, and the law of circulation, I discovered that thoughts were things and words were molds. And that whenever we use the sacred I am, we say, I am broke, I can't afford, all of these things, the universe takes that in. But there is a very powerful energy that we tap into in this universal intelligence. And what it is to know that if we are created in the image and likeness of something so good and so wonderful, and that it was declared good and very good, then we open our self-image to the energy that allows us to be in the world, to live our lives with absolute clarity, with a sense of joy. And we know that joy is the most infallible sign of the presence of God. And when we have joy, we attract in to our energy field. Now, it doesn't matter what we call our higher power, but to know that it goes before us and prepares the way as we become a light unto our own path. And there are 3 levels of giving. There is tokenism, which does not make a difference. There is gesturism, which is a kind, wonderful thing, however, still does not make a difference. And there is contribution. And when we give from the energy of contribution, we are making a difference. And that energy comes forth in such a way that we create a portal and opening that allows all of our good pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every single area of our lives when we come from the space of contribution. Now, we learn to take ourselves out of the law of averages and place ourselves within the law of individual selection. When we place ourselves within the law of individual selection, we take ourselves out of the mass mind with all of the negative affirmations. And we know there's a lot going on with the economy right now, isn't there? So much going on. However, we take ourselves out of the law of averages, out of looking outside ourselves, out of the feelings that we so often get at times, where the lack, limitation, and scarcity comes rushing in. Guess what? Lack knocked at the door. Faith answered, behold, no one was there. That we allow this light within us to penetrate everything unlike itself. I love what Paul said to the Corinthians. I wish, dear friend, that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul doth prosper. And when we recognize that I wish, dear friend, that you may prosper, that's not just financially. I wish, dear friend, that you may prosper and be in health, be in radiance, feel the vital life force flowing through you as life and energy and aliveness and all these wonderful things. I wish, dear friend, that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul doth prosper, even as your soul, that spiritual energy within you, radiates out into the world. And everything foreign from the divine design is dissolved through this radiance of light. We know the light penetrates the darkness comprehendeth it not, and shadows flee away forever and ever and ever. So the spirit of abundance is within us. It transcends circumstances. It transcends momentary contractions. And remember what Buddha said, that life is like hands clapping, that we have it, we think we don't. We have it, we think we don't. We have it, we think we don't. However, the object lesson in this is that we have it much more than we don't. We are all subject to the human condition, each and every one of us. We transcend the human condition into that place of consciousness that is at one with the entire universe. And this spirit of abundance goes with us. And at those moments of contractions, remember, when the seed is planted, it goes into the earth, doesn't it? We don't see anything for weeks, maybe even months. In fact, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but the Chinese bamboo is planted and nothing happens for 7 years. They keep watering it, they keep nurturing it, they keep fertilizing it, but in the 7th year, it grows 100 feet. Amazing, right? Amazing. So as things are underneath the surface and they are being nourished through our thoughts, through our prayers, through our meditations, and the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart are accepted and received. And when we keep the faith and acknowledge that that one goes before us and prepares the way, as we are the light of the world, each and every one of us, we are the light of the world. We let our light so shine before the world that everyone and anyone who comes within our energy field is healed and uplifted in our presence. The spirit of abundance, the ground of being, of course, is our spirituality. That's our ground of being. And then we move in to the mental and emotional areas. And that I wish, dear friend, that you may prosper and be in good mental health, good emotional health, as we affirm together, I am in perfect peace. My mind is stayed on what is life-giving and life-affirming. I build on that. We open to the I am presence. And then we acknowledge, I wish, dear friend, that you may prosper and be in health. That in the physical area, that our body is the temple of the living God, of which and through whom which we do such a great work. So we take care of this body temple. We nurture it. We give it the right foods. We exercise. We acknowledge that it is a gift to be in life, isn't it? And what we make of this thing called life is our gift back to the universe. And so we want to be as vibrant and alive and as vital as we can be while we're in the world. I love what George Bernard Shaw said. Life is no brief candle for me. It is rather a splendid torch that I have a hold of just for the moment. And I'm going to let it burn as brightly as it can before passing it on to future generations. So each of us, life is no brief candle for us. It is rather a splendid torch that we have a hold of just for the moment while we're here on the Earth Mother. And we're going to let it burn as brightly as we can before passing it on to future generations. So as we look at the spirit of abundance, we acknowledge there is a law of attraction. As within, so without. Thoughts are things, words are molds. And remember that this power center right here, the fifth chakra, and if you recall, a chakra means in the ancient Sanskrit, a wheel of spinning energy in a clockwise fashion. So that which we utter becomes the outer. And as we decree a thing, it is established unto us. So as we make declarations and remember that this is the power center where we bring things into creation, that we speak words of love, of peace. We speak words that have a positive energy and vibration. We speak words that are kind. And if you have a choice between being kind and being right, if you choose kindness, you will always be right. The spirit of abundance, the spirit, mind, and body connection within us, the sacred triune. And that as we allow our energy from the third eye, realizing the eye in which I see God is the same eye in which God sees me. This is how it works. And as we quicken that pineal gland and the eye of intuition, we're guided and directed. The spirit of abundance goes before us and prepares the way. And ours is the privilege of giving birth to it. So the law of attraction, the law of correspondence, where we send out those thoughts, and these are corresponding thoughts that come back into our energy field, right? They come back into our energy field. For eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of humanity the things which God hath prepared for them that love. Love is our ground of being. The spirit of abundance is the spirit of love in everything we do. To do what we love and love what we do is the greatest combination on the planet, isn't it? And that's where we are actually feeding the planet itself with our love energy and that joy we receive in serving others. And of course, I've been a minister for 46 years at Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide with so many amazing experiences, so much abundance, and so much love. And that through every contraction, as we go into an expansion to even greater heights, as our humanness gives way to the divine, and that higher consciousness arises triumphant and victorious, we are in the world, but of a higher vibratory frequency. The spirit of abundance is the spirit of love, our ground of being. So from the law of attraction to the law of correspondence and the law of circulation, that if we are experiencing congestion in our lives, it's because we need to open the space to give. I saw a man today who didn't have a smile, so I gave him one of mine. There is always something to give, whether I give you a flower from my garden, if I see someone, I reach into my wallet, I give from that substance, because life is about divine substance, isn't it? So on this amazing opportunity that we have to be together, to talk about the spirit of abundance, to embody the spirit of abundance, is to acknowledge that there is a power, a presence, and an energy in the universe greater than we are. And we can use it. And we are using it every single day of our lives, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. So let's get conscious. Let's be mindful and aware that that spirit of abundance is within us. We open our hearts to it. When I open my heart to you and you open your heart to me, that spirit of abundance, what does it do? It connects, it embraces. I am so very grateful to be in a way of life that allows me to recreate my experience at any given moment, and that the law of recreation also comes into play as we realize we are in the world, and yet we are of a higher spiritual vibration. The spirit of abundance is love. And I want you to know that I send you my love today. I acknowledge that every encounter is a sacred encounter, that we're not here by chance, are we? We're here by divine appointment. And so it is. And it's been a joy to be with you on this glorious day and to speak on the spirit of abundance.